is officially spring, so I'm gonna be doing my very first spring crochet project. I am so excited that it is spring out, even though yes, it was snowing a little bit this morning, so that was fun. I am going to be crocheting a cute little spring vest. I know I make vests, and then every time I make a vest, I'm like, I hate how it fits. I'm hoping this time it's gonna be different. What inspired me to do this vest in the first place, this little card deck. It is crochet stitch card deck, and it has all these really cool crochet stitches in it. There's one in particular that I really want to do because it reminds me of like flowers, and because it's spring and where all the little flowers are coming up. So the stitch I'm going to be doing for this vest is going to be this one here. It is called the block stitch. On the front it kind of gives you what it looks like, and then on the back there's this. I do however wish that these did have, like, maybe at the bottom a diagram. I love a diagram better than reading. And my idea is to do this in a pink and a green, and kind of the green that's already in this photo is what I want to use. The yarn that I'll be using for this project are these colors here. They are both Barocco Vintage DK. They are 52% acrylic, 40% wool, and 80% nylon. I ended up getting 2 of each color. Now the pink color is going to be the main color. The green is going to be the not main color. You know, it's going to be the color that's used a little bit less. And I know you'd be like, well, why did you buy 2? Well, I kind of panic bought because the yarn store that I bought these at is actually just closing for a week. That happens to be the week that I'm working on this project. And if I were to run out of yarn, she doesn't open for like a whole week, which meaning I wouldn't be able to finish it if I ran out of yarn. But I really like this yarn anyway. So you know what? It's fine. If I bought too much of it, I'm going to use it for something else because I love this yarn so much. So that's okay. I'll list the colors that I'm using below if, you know, you're interested in what they are. I have a new tool that I'm actually going to be using for this project, and I am so excited to use them. Yarn spinner, like, oh my goodness, it's so cute. Bubbleland Studios, and I'll have a link below in the description if you're curious to know more about them. She gifted me this really cute one. It is from her new collection, the Wildflowers, and there's 3 new ones. I picked this one because I thought it was so cute. There are poppies, chamomile, and forget-me-nots. This is the forget-me-not. She actually prints these at home with plant-based plastics, which I think is so good. But they look almost like they're made out of wood, but they're very lightweight. When she said she was gonna send them to me, I was just been so excited to actually use them. Me being me, I'm just like, well, if you're sending me one, what else do you have on like your website? Because maybe I'll buy another one, then that way they can be shipped together. Well, I did buy another one. So she sent me this one, and then I bought myself this one because it's egg on toast. Look how cute this egg spinner is. It's an egg. It's an egg on a toast, on a piece of toast. Like, come on, like how cute is that? It even says her little logo at the here where it is called Bubbleland, and it's actually at the bottom of this one here. So gosh darn cute. I'll put it together to show you how it works. When you get them in, they come in 4 pieces like this. This is your base, and it has the little rubber stoppers at the bottom, and then it has this thing here that you just screw in, and then this is the little top flower piece, and it has this little piece here that just, you know, attaches, but it doesn't get stuck, so you can like pull it apart and put it back. And then this here, you screw this into the top, and then you're able to put your yarn on here. Really excited to use these spinners for this project. I know I don't need to use both of them at once, but like maybe I'll use like one for one color, one for the other color. I don't know. If you're new to my channel and you like crocheting and crocheting projects and yarn and thrifting and the 80s and like all that jazz, why not hit the subscribe button? Well, that all being said, let's start figuring out this project because I have no idea how I'm going to make it. I just know I want it to be a vest, but I have no idea the dimensions or anything, or even how the pattern works or how the stitch works. I haven't even looked that up yet. Guess it's time to start doing that. Time to start this project. I put it right on the top there so I wouldn't lose it. First off the bat, it says with yarn A. Is yarn A the white or is yarn A the green? Because we need to figure that out. I'm gonna be honest, reading this is very confusing. I want diagrams. I don't want written nonsense. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I might just look what block is online and see a diagram because I'm not, this isn't working for me. I like looking at these and getting inspiration from the photo, but this, complete and utter nonsense for me. Look at this space. This space, you could have put a little diagram of maybe just like the first 2 rows. It literally took me 2 seconds to figure this out by looking at a diagram. This is the diagram that I found on Google. It was the first diagram that popped up, and this diagram made 100% sense. Part of me kind of wants to like print them out and like tape them to these cards, because these are my cards. It doesn't matter what I do with them. I can do whatever I want. I could draw in these if I want. I could rip them in half. I'm not gonna do that, but I wouldn't mind having like a little diagram. That'd be nice. You've probably noticed this. This is the Valentine's Day sweater, which I do have a pattern for on my Patreon, but I really like the fit of this and I really liked how it was constructed. So what I ended up doing was I did these like side shapes and then I kind of went in. So like this here, like I did it on the front and the back, will be like the sides instead of having to do like a front and back and then like 2 panels for sides. I think just this is good, and then I'll decrease it up here. As for what it's gonna look like up here, like this is a square neckline. I don't really see it being a square neckline. I kind of want it to be like a V shape. And then for the back, I think I'm just going to do it all the way up. Not 100% sure yet. We'll see kind of how it goes. What I'm thinking about doing is doing the back first and doing the back all the way up to the top. And then that way I can kind of plan the front V or the front neckline against the back part. Now it's a good thing I ordered a second one of these because I do need to swap between both colors. Now that I saw a photo, this makes a lot more sense. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get a few rows in just to figure this out, and then when I've figured it out I can show you all what it looks like. I was very confused for a minute because I was thinking, how many things am I gonna have to like cut? Didn't make any sense to me. I understand it now. So when I do this, it's just a little short. I think because it's double crochet, it's really gonna stretch out, whereas this is single, which is a little bit more tighter. I also am going to steam this because it is acrylic. It's more acrylic than wool. So I'm gonna steam the heck out of this when it's done, and hopefully that will stretch it a little bit more. So what I noticed with this pattern, it's not like you go one way and then you come back and then you start your next color. It's like you go one way and then you attach your new color and then you go back. But now you're over here, but you left your pink color or the first color on this side. And I'm like, oh no, am I gonna have to like cut everything? In the directions, it was telling you to like put little stitch markers. I couldn't comprehend why you would need stitch markers right now. It's because what you do, did my chain this way, and then I went back with a bunch of double crochets. Then I attached my green color, and then I went all the way back. Now, because the pink ended here, I don't cut the pink and go here. Even though I ended the green here, I go back to here where I left a little stitch marker with the pink, and then I go this way with the pink. Then I start the green and I go this way. So now what I'm doing is, because I finished the green here, I don't start my pink where I left off my green, because that's what you normally do. Normally in crochet, wherever you end your row, you turn it over and you continue like the same direction. But this time, because I'm done with the green, I'm putting a little stitch marker, I'm leaving that alone, going back over here where the pink is. And then I'm gonna work the pink over, put a stitch marker in the pink, and then go back to the green. If that makes sense. It took me longer than I like to admit to figure that out, because I actually did cut the pink thinking I had to do it. I'm like, that's going to be a lot of ends to tie in. I don't want to do that. That's where I am right now. The pink is not looking very pink. It's looking white. It's pink. So I made it just a little bit too short. It looked bigger when I first did it. I think I should have added 2 more of these guys because I'm short like 1.5 inches. I think I need to do 2 more rounds and then I'll be done the long part, and then I have to bring it in to do like this part here. This is the only sweater that the only vest I made that's like this shape, so that's why I'm using it as a reference. But once I get the first panel done, I won't really need this. Well, I'll still need it as a reference because I'm going to need to make it bigger than it is. I will say that these are actually going really well. I really do like working with them. I'm glad I did buy the second one because I have 2 colors going, and it makes it a lot easier than moving the things from back and forth. It's 8 o'clock now at night. I kind of want to keep crocheting until about 9 o'clock because it's going pretty well. I think I started around like 4 o'clock today, and then I took like a little break and you know, dinner and whatnot. So I knew that this might have been a little bit too small, like when I was down here, but I was just like, ugh, I don't care. But other than that, I think it's going pretty good. I really do like this stitch. I was really worried that I wasn't gonna like it. Again, it looks very white. It's very, very pink. Kind of hoping to just at least get this section done, and then I can do this section tomorrow. Yeah, that's where I've got so far. Okay, I just filmed a little yarn haul, and I'm like, well, I'm sitting here, I might as well, this isn't my bag, I might as well show you the progress. This is what it's looking like. I really feel like you can't really see the pink. A few things that I have run into. One, it is a little too short. I should have made it a little bit longer. This is the back piece. I do have to bring it in, I think like 2 stitches or something like that. You know, so this is like for the arms. However, I've come up with a completely new idea. Instead of doing 1 panel for the front, I'm gonna do 2 panels for the front and do a little cute tie. I think that's gonna look really cute. I don't know what I'm gonna pair it with yet. Gotta maybe do some thrifting and find like some cute shirts that are just very plain. I don't really have plain shirts. I think for a back piece, it's gonna be fine. The front pieces, I'm gonna make them a little bit wider so then that way they go more around my side. I was kind of hoping to do it with this one. Like at first when I stretched it out, it matched the vest that I'm going after, the pink heart vest that I like. However, it's a little too short. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep going today and I'm gonna get this back panel done and hopefully start one of the front panels. Like I think I'm gonna do like a little V. Like I wanted to do a V neckline to begin with, but I think if I still do like the V part here and then put like a little yarn chain or something to make a little bow in the front, I think that's gonna be cute. I don't own anything like this, but like I got that idea in my head and now I can't escape it. That's what we're gonna do. I also think it's gonna fit a lot better. What's funny enough is that I was kind of thinking, oh, should I have maybe just went with like a worsted weight yarn instead of going with a DK? But because of these stitches, it's kind of a little more dense than I thought it would be. It looks so cute and it looks so dainty. And again, I don't really go for dainty. I'm trying something new. So we'll see if this works or not. I think I did one more row than I wanted to, but I kind of want it to be a little bit longer. And by longer, I mean like this much longer. Not flowy or anything, but maybe one day I'll make something like that. So what I ended up doing is I cut the yarn because I need to move it in 2 stitches. So if I left off pink here, I need to start pink here. Skipping this one, going into here. Every single time I come back to this and lay it on top of this, I'm like, oh, I only have this much left, or I only have this much left. And it's like, every time I'm like, how do I still have this much? It's like, I counted. I went like this, and I went like this, although that is not correct measurements. That's how I do it. I think I might have to do 3 or 4 more rows. Also, like, this is all I have left of the first skein of the pink. I might run out of pink. The next one, even though I have to make 2 halves, and like, it's gonna be kind of like it's gonna go like this, like in the middle, I need to add more onto the sides. Here's the thing, every single time I do a project, the first panel stresses me out because I don't know how it has to be. The second panel is completely fine because I have the template of the first panel and I know what to go off of. This, I am making it up as I go along, and I really shouldn't be doing that. But I am. I just need to figure out how this is gonna fit. This is gonna be enough yarn to do it. Totoro wanted some treats. I got up, I gave Totoro treats. I came back, my crochet hook is gone. Do you think I would have put it in this? Do you think that maybe Smart Me should have put it in this? You know, the thing that I made to put the crochet hook in when I'm not using it? No, somewhere on the bed. And again, this is the crochet hook that looks like everything I own. It does not stand out at all. So I have no idea where it is right now. And I'm panicking because I really want to get this back panel done.
20 minutes later.
I do not know where it is. I took my whole bed apart. I shook out all the blankets. I looked underneath all the pillows. I looked on the floor. I looked in the garbage can in case it fell into a garbage can. I looked where Totoro was sitting. So I got to use my backup one. This was actually my first wood turning one. I still love it. I just like the longer handle now, but I mean, it's the same hook, the same 4mm style hook. I'm going to keep going because I want to get this back piece done today so I don't got to worry about it tomorrow. And I spent the last 10-15 minutes trying to find my crochet hook. Do not know where it is. I'm gonna use this one instead. Last night I finished the back panel, so today I want to work on one half. If I could get started on the other half, that would also be great. I also did find my crochet hook. I found my crochet hook at 4 o'clock in the morning because my one cat was yelling at me, and so then I got up. And when I got up, the blanket kind of moved and it fell out. It was in the duvet cover of a blanket, but I found it and I'm really happy. You know when you have a favorite crochet hook, it's just crocheting with anything else just doesn't feel right. Anyways, I'm going to start working on one of the half panels now. And again, because I should have made this like 2 extra on the edge here and I can't really add anything on there now. When I do one of the front panels, I need to add 4 more onto the side. So then that way it's adding 2 more onto the side it needed to be, and then 2 more that would have been on this side. So yeah, hopefully I can get one half done today. Just ran out of the pink, still have a lot of green. I ended up buying 2 green. I'm probably not gonna need the second green. I bought it just in case because I didn't know how much I'm gonna need. But anyways, this is how much I've got done on one panel. I think I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have to do like 16 rows before I can bring it in. This part is gonna be for the side. It's also going a lot faster because it's like half the size as of the back piece. Here I am crocheting away, forgetting that I have to attach the new yarn to the old yarn. what I ended up doing is I did 3 rows, but then I was kind of looking at some photos on Pinterest, looking to see what other people have done, because again, I've never really done a vest like this and don't really know what I'm doing. What I've noticed is that the little tie that they have in the front is kind of really close to where the arm opening is, like it's like kind of parallel to it. Their tie is usually like here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop there and I'm going to start decreasing until I get to maybe this much left, and then I'm just going to go straight up. Hopefully we'll look okay. What I'm hoping to do is I want to get this panel done today. I'm going to finish this one and then catch back up with y'all when this one is done. Okay, so I just finished this piece here. I'm gonna finish the other one tomorrow. I was kind of hoping to start it. I did have to do some editing today, and that kind of took a little bit of time. Also, I was really stopping and going and trying to figure out where I should go for this and how high I should go till I go this, and then like how much should I decrease, that whole thing. So that took a little bit of time, but now that I have the blueprint, this one will be a lot easier. Yeah, hopefully this turns out the way I envision it. It is pretty cute though. One front panel done. This is what it's looking like. Here's the back panel. I really wish that I would have made it, honestly, just 2 more of these little stitches longer on both sides, but it's fine. So what I'm gonna do, pin the front piece to the back piece and see how it fits. If I have to make any changes to this front piece, I can do it now before I start the second front piece. Like I said, I kind of wish that the back piece went a little bit more like this way. Halfway through the back piece when I kind of realized that, I'm like, I'm not taking it apart. But I think where it starts here is actually a really good spot. I think I was actually gonna make it a little bit higher, but I think if it was any higher, it would be too close to my neckline. So I kind of like where that is. So I'm gonna put like a little bow here. Really do like the length of it. I didn't want it to be too cropped. And I like the length of the shoulder here. I didn't want to make it too thin and I didn't want to make it too thick, because if it was too thick, then it would more like stick out like that. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know how I keep having that problem when I make vests. So I hope this works out. I don't know what top I'm going to wear underneath it though. Like I kind of envisioned like a nice light pink mock neck turtleneck. I don't own one of those. I did go thrifting today though, little tiny thrift haul. I did find this really cute top. I know it's gonna fit because it is Northern Reflections, and I have a red version and a blue version. So this is just kind of like a creamy white color. So I think like this would look good with that, and the pink would maybe stand out a little bit more. And then I got this jacket. There's no label on it. But it was cute and it looks very 80s. So it is actually looking kind of exactly how I envisioned it to look, which is great. And I was kind of stressing a little bit, just a little bit this morning about is it gonna fit? But overall, I do like it. So gonna finish the second panel today, do all of the trim on it, and then make a little bow tie, like a little tie up here, and then I'll be done. Kind of realizing like right now when I'm on the last panel of the project that I didn't really show you how the block stitch works. You're supposed to chain a bunch. So it's basically how many of like little clusters that you want. So it's like 3 times how many you want, and then you add 2, you know, for that like little ending chain. And so then you have this at the bottom. And then what you do with the green, so I'm on the green now, you just chain 2, and then I go into this stitch here, the very first stitch, and then a single crochet, and then you chain 2, 1, 2, and then you do a single crochet into like this space here, and you chain 2, and then you go into the next space here, another single crochet. Sometimes I accidentally end up doing a double crochet because these pink ones are doubles. I have to like take the whole thing apart because it kind of ruins the spacing of like the chain here. And then when you get to the end, you just kind of pull the loop up. You can have 2 different stitch markers, but I usually just swap between them. So then I take the stitch marker out of the pink yarn because that's what I'm going to use now. And I put the stitch marker in the green. And if you think, oh, I don't need a stitch marker in this, I'll be okay. Put a stitch marker because I thought I would be okay. And then I ended up pulling the yarn, and then I pulled the green yarn, the row came undone. So then I had to redo that row. And now we're back over here with the pink. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm doing double crochets right underneath here. So like that chain that I did, I'm doing crochets right in there. And I'm doing 3, just like a granny stitch. Skip this little part here, and then you go into the next little space like right here, and you do 3 double crochets, And that's it. And then you just continue doing the same stitch all the way to the end. And then you put this in a stitch marker. Then you take the stitch marker out of the green, and then you go back down with the green, and then it's back and forth. It's a really simple stitch once you understand it. So I'm just going to continue doing this. The second panel is done. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think I was gonna get it done on time. It is currently 8:00 p.m. This also would be really cute with like some little sleeves. It's honestly kind of nice that I don't have to make sleeves right now. Side parts are now sewn together, so now I'm going to sew the top together now. Everything is now put together. I'm going to use the green yarn and I'm going to just do some single crochets. I'm not going to go fancy. I know I could do scallops, and normally I would do scallops. I really want this to be very simplistic, even though that's never really do anything simplistic, but I want one thing simplistic. I think I'm just going to go around the whole thing and just do single crochets, and then eventually I do want to steam like the sides flat and maybe steam it a little bit, but I think I'm going to steam it tomorrow. Go around everything and just give it a nice little finish. For the bottom edge, I actually just did the same stitch I did with the green yarn for the panels, so that way it just kind of looks cohesive, and it also kind of looks like I started with the green rather than the pink. For the sides of the vest, I actually just did single crochets in all the little gaps that there were, and it turned out pretty good. I pinned it down, and now I'm just going to give it a good little steam. Because I wanted the ties to be a little bit dainty and lightweight, all I did was chain 40. On one side of the chain, I wove in the end, and then with the tail end of the other side, I tied that to the vest. So before we get into the final look of my project, I feel like now's a good time to do a little review on the spinner, because this is actually my first yarn spinner. Usually I just put it in a bowl or I wind this up into a ball. Thoughts about it. First off, it's very quiet. Like there's listen. There's no squeaking, there's no sound from it. It's very, very quiet, which I do like. I also like how lightweight it is, and I really do like the grips. I find when I'm crocheting, it's better for the yarn to spin this way than this way. Spinning it, I like it going this way. Now, I crochet in bed. I don't sit at a table and crochet, so usually my yarn is lower than I am, if that makes sense. I don't know if this is like universal for all yarn spinners. This is my very first time using one, but I feel like if you're crocheting, this should be level with you, like where your hands are, because when I was pulling at it, it was kind of getting caught like up here a bit, and that's just because I'm pulling the yarn up because I was sitting higher than where this was sitting. But if I'm pulling it level, it's doing pretty good. One thing I really do like about this is how it's so easy to break apart. Again, I don't know if other yarn spinners are like this, but I like how this can detach from the bottom very easily, because me being me, I sometimes would get my yarn stuck underneath here. It's very simple. Just pop it open and get it unstuck. There's like nothing underneath here that it could wrap around or get jammed or get tangled in, which is really nice. Sometimes like when I use my yarn winder to wind up the yarn to make it look like this, it would get caught underneath there and there'd be gears and stuff like that, and then I would have to cut it, whereas this, there's no gears whatsoever. It's not going to get caught. You can just lift it up and pop it back down. But it is something that I will be using going forward. Like I love my yarn bowl, and my yarn bowl is going to be good if I have yarn donuts and like balls of yarn, but when it comes to like yarn cakes and stuff like this, I'm definitely going to be using these going forward. I think they're so neat, and I just really like them. And another good thing about it, I can use it and ball up my yarn easier, because sometimes I just like having my yarn balled up. And even though this one was gifted to me, I did spend my own money on the toast one, and I love the toast one so much. The egg on toast is so gosh darn cute. They're so cute, and I'm really glad I did get both of them, because when I had to switch between two colors, it was very easy to do so. The last thing I want to talk about is I do like how it's so easy to come apart, because like this here, it is a little bit pointy at the top. When you want to store it away, like it comes undone, and like I know I'm not going to break it. I really do like these. I give these a 10 out of 10. I think they're so cute. I love how they look. I love the colors. She also did give me some stitch markers, and unfortunately I've lost them. They were so cute too, and I wanted to use them for the project, and I put them in my purse, and then I lost them. Yeah, she does sell little cute stitch markers on her website as well. They're somewhere, and I know I'll find them. I'll find them after this video is done is when I'll find them. Love these. So great. I'm obviously going to be using them now anytime I have to crochet with my little yarn cakes. I finished the little vest. I'm honestly kind of shocked of how fast it was. I thought I was gonna run out of time. I brought 3 different type of shirts to try this on with, because I really don't know what to wear it with. Okay, this is actually really cute. Okay, I was really kind of worried. I think that I probably could have done the tie up here. I think I would have rather have the tie up here rather than down here, but I mean, I didn't know. Overall, the fit, this is how I wanted it to fit. I also like how it is open in the front, so it's not going to be too tight. I find sometimes when it's like a vest and it's back piece, front piece, it's kind of claustrophobic, and I just never can like feel comfortable in it. But this one here, because it's so nice and light and flowy, I feel really comfortable in this. I'm gonna go try the green shirt on now. This green shirt has like this little like flower thing here, which I think is adorable. Okay, I do like it with the green top. I kind of wish the green was maybe a little bit lighter. I think it is a lot lighter like in person. On camera it's just looking very dark. I think that because it has this little detail here, this being down here works. I still kind of wish it was like more, like if I had it like up here. No, I don't think I would have liked that either. Okay. All right, I think where it is good. I mean, I also could do more little ties, like maybe like I could do like a little tie here and like a little tie at the bottom if I wanted. I think this type of vest reminds me of like the 70s. And so like, because I really liked how this one fits, maybe I'll make some more, but more like, you know, 70 colors, the oranges, the yellows, the reds, the typical colors I go for. But I wanted to make like a nice little spring vest, and I had these colors in mind. And even though normally they're not in my color palette, if I have the idea and I have the colors in my head, I just gotta do it. Even the border turned out pretty good. I was kind of worried. I think I said it worried me so many times while making this, because I did not know what I was doing. It was a guessing game. And honestly, I kind of do like how this is on the back rather than the side. So, I mean, that worked out too. And I think this does look cute. I'm going to try one more top. I'm gonna try it in this one here. This one just has a bunch of little birds on it, but it's like a little t-shirt, and I kind of want to see what it's gonna look like with a t-shirt rather than a long sleeve. And I don't have any plain t-shirts because I just don't buy them. Here it is with the little bird shirt. Okay, I think I like it with a t-shirt. I wish it was a plain t-shirt, but again, I don't have any plain t-shirts. Okay, it was either this t-shirt with birds or a t-shirt with dancing skeletons on it. So I'm like, well, it's more spring. Let's go with the birds. I think I do like it with the t-shirt. You know what would be cute? This with like a pair of like denim shorts, even though like I don't wear shorts a lot, basically just because I haven't found the right pair of denim shorts. But could you imagine these with like some denim shorts and the cute little top with this vest? I think that will be really cute in the summertime. I also like how lightweight this is, especially after I steamed it. It has gotten a little bit more flowy, and then I really did steam the side here, so it's a lot more flat, especially when you put like two pieces together and you sew it up. Sometimes that seam is a little chunky, so if you really kind of steam that down, it does get a little bit more flat. It took me 15 hours to make. That's not too bad. The back piece took me probably the most time, one, because it's like a whole back piece and not two separate like front pieces, but I was really trying to do the math as I was going along. I was trying to figure it out as it was happening, and then when I did the one front piece, I'm like, okay, well, where do I like stop and start like decreasing for the front piece? So that took me a little bit of time to like figure out, but by the time I got to the second front piece, it was just like, just gotta copy the first one and I'm good to go. And I still have some pink left over, and I didn't even finish the first skein of green, which I'm so glad, because I was a little bit worried. This vest I probably give a 9 out of 10, just because I wish that this was up maybe like just a little bit. Like if it was like maybe like right here. But overall, I'm really impressed with this stitch, the block stitch. I think it turned out really, really pretty. I especially love how it looks like it could be like little flowers, like little green leaves on it. That's why I picked this, is because the second I saw it, I'm like, that reminds me of flowers and I have to do something for the springtime. I really do like this vest, and it was easier than I thought to do it. I think that does it for this video, so y'all have a good day now.